warriors?
And who the hell are you supposed to be?
Who I am doesn't matter. What I know does.
Which is?
What the human soul, the human psyche operates with is energy. And Nietzsche here wants to say, along with Kierkegaard, that it's the passionate life and passionate commitment and passionately throwing yourself into what you do that makes life worthwhile. To understand the Übermensch, I think we should go back to the discussion of master morality and slave morality. The difference is primarily one of power and also of independence. The master assumes his power, he assumes his abilities, and he aspires to excellence. He also does this in an important sense alone.
Obermann here has to refer to something rather more penetrating than a mere anti-conventionalist. It's Goethe's integrity, not his manners, that Nietzsche finds a spirit capable of rising above the welter of mere conventionality, mere opinion, the stock beliefs and phrases of a narcotized, self-hypnotized population that will do anything to keep itself out of trouble. This is political correctness writ large.
The relationship between the master and the slave, consequently, looks something like this. The master is independent and powerful. The slave is relatively powerless and consequently resentful. Now, one way to understand the Übermensch, we might say that the Übermensch is master morality spiritualized by 2,000 years of slave morality and its self-discipline. Life affirmation, and that means simply accepting your life as your life and loving it. That is the highest virtue.
What do you have to report from our agents on Earth?
The powerful one has found a mother box.
Love is absolutely essential.
But one must love in an ultimate way. To be so painfully concerned about the number of persons, the large majority of people, who have yet to enter an authentic form of life. We see this in his reflections on all we might be inclined to regard as progress, is but another myth that Nietzsche exposes. These very evolutionary pressures have as their central mechanism destruction. Creation is always at the expense of something else. Every creative act has to destroy.
I humbly ask.
Simply accepting your life as your life and loving it, that is the highest virtue.
Let the invasion begin.
For Nietzsche, as for Kierkegaard, there is a very powerful view. What makes life meaningful is passion. A life without passion would be essentially meaningless. Some of the ancient Stoics used to say, we should live our life without attachments. By contrast, what Nietzsche wants to say is, attachments are what life is all about. Attachments to people, perhaps, but attachments to ideals, attachments to aspirations, attachments to works of art, your own creativity, that is absolutely essential.
Upload initiated. Completed. Recalibrating memory.
For Nietzsche, as for Kierkegaard, there is a very powerful view. What makes life meaningful is passion. A life without passion would be essentially meaningless. What Nietzsche wants to say is, attachments are what life is all about. Attachments to people, perhaps, but attachments to ideals, attachments to aspirations, attachments to works of art, your own creativity, that is absolutely essential.